thank you, Kirsten and Robert. That was a fantastic presentation. I learned a ton myself, and I suspect that our attendees did as well. Attendees, if you do have any questions that you would like to ask, now is the time. I'm not showing any questions at this time. It was a pretty thorough presentation, so I can't say I'm super surprised. But again, attendees, if you do have any questions, please just go ahead and type into the chat or use the Q&A function. Let's give it just a second here. I have to say, though, I was really impressed with some of the things that that you may not necessarily think of when you're bombarded by ads all the time. But the piece that really stuck with me right up front was the two different approaches to the two different coffee bag designs. As I think it was Kirsten said, like the coffee world went from 3 or 4 bags to just all of the bags. And so being able to stand out makes a big difference, and having the different approaches between Dean's Beans and Essalon really reflecting their sort of values as organizations was, I think, really awesome. So it was cool to see how you took a different approach with those two different brands. I think that was great.
Thank you. It's interesting because sometimes when someone like that comes to us, they're worried that they're going to be, they're going to end up, well, how will you make sure this is different from somebody else you've done? And it's funny because we're like, well, it's going to be entirely unique to you. So there's no way it would be, similar to somebody else. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
You picked up on those too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that was really awesome. We did get a question here, which is sort of a housekeeping question, which is there going to be a recording of this event? Yes, we've been recording this, and we will be cutting it into smaller parts for sort of easier a la carte consumption going forward. So stay tuned for information about that. I don't show any other questions at this time. And again, it was a very thorough presentation, and we thank you for that. So just to sort of wrap up here, I do want to say a thank you to Kirsten and Robert for being with us today, and for a really enlightening and enjoyable presentation. For those of you who joined us this afternoon, thank you again for being here. You will be getting an email from us with a survey about the session, and we would definitely appreciate your feedback. I want to say another thank you to the Pittsfield Economic Revitalization Corporation and the Massachusetts Growth Capital Corporation, whose support made this afternoon possible. Another thank you to BRIGADE for this really wonderful presentation that I think we've all taken a lot from. And thank you again to everyone who joined us today, and I hope that you're able to get out and enjoy some of this beautiful afternoon. So thank you again for being here. Thank you, Kirsten and Robert. And that concludes today's presentation. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, everybody.